この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I am here for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 5 Vento Oreo Episode 30. Last time on JoJo's, our gang met a strange and mysterious TIE Fighter-shaped entity through the computer, who told them to come and visit him in Roma at the Colosseum. Or her, I guess. It was a male voice, so I'm gonna guess him. Gave some really interesting, in terms of the universe of JoJo's, some interesting information on the stand arrows and their origins, and with that, the origins of stands themselves. Some interesting stuff, some talk about a virus. So, our boys, trusting in this character, go ahead and head off to Roma, but there's a bit of an obstacle in their way. Two very, 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 very bad boys are there with their stands, or at least one stand. I'm not sure if Seko has a stand yet. I'm gonna assume that he does, just based on character design and stuff, but we'll see. The main thing to deal with right now, however, is green tea, and for the occasion I am, of course, drinking green tea. Delicious. It's actually not that great. It's pretty low quality green tea, but you know, tea for me is more like a functional, practical thing than it is like a luxury thing, you know? Still pretty good. In any case, we've met Green Tea. He's got this weird stand that whenever anyone in seemingly a huge radius steps below their current altitude, they melt. They just like just turn into goop, and that's not good. A number of our boys have been affected to varying degrees by that. I think Narancia has it the worst at the moment. And a bunch of random drunks out in the streets of Roma at night have also been affected. So we have to deal with Chocolata, and something I wanted to mention about him is that it was confirmed, yes, he is the guy who chopped up Sorbet and Gelato. So, yeah, we know this character. He's a bad boy. Loves the murder and also the torture and also the psychological torture. He loves the whole package. If it hurts other people, he's down. Yeah, so we're here. We gotta fight this thing. I don't know how you fight that. I mean, I guess you just have to get within range of him. But if he goes down a set of stairs or something, then you have to lower yourself to... It's not... It hasn't been specified whether the level of the target has to be below Chocolata's level. Like, that hasn't been specified. It seems to be just if your altitude changes in a negative direction, you turn into goo. So if he just hangs out at the bottom of a well, you're fucked. That would be a good idea. Unless his stand doesn't work that way, which is totally possible. And we don't know what Seko is doing, whether he has a stand that will come into play into this fight. Narancia seems to be kind of down for the count for right now, so barring some healing by gold experience, I don't think Aerosmith will be very valuable. Although I think it would have been otherwise, because then it can get in range without Narancia having to step too close. I think Mista's okay. He's got some goopy stuff on his hand and stuff, but we've seen him deal with worse. Mista's got that resolve. He's got that passion and desire to move forward. So that should be okay. But it seems to be a pretty pitched battle. I wonder how long this battle will take, whether this will be the whole episode or multiple episode fight, or if this will be just bam bam done and we move on to meet TIE Fighter guy. I don't know. Given that these guys are like the last resort of the boss, the last obstacle you can throw in their way, at least seemingly. There might be another last obstacle. That makes me think of them sort of like Vanilla Ice or similar. Like, the mini boss before the big boss, which would mean a multi-part episode, a multi-part fight at least, which would be cool. In any case, a lot of this is just baseless speculation, so I feel like I'm wasting time. Let's not do that. Let's get right into JoJo's episode 30. So I've got it up. It's at 0 seconds. There will be multiple versions of this reaction video as usual. Picture-in-picture version with the video up there. Links in the description down there. Timer-based version on YouTube is what you're watching now. And it'll have a discussion at the end and a beep beep timer at the beginning if you want to sync up with your own version of JoJo's. That'll help you do it. And that beep beep timer will go right here. And it looks like from the first frame, we're starting with Mista already mid-color swap. So that's a thing. All right, let's go. Right, the launch. Oh, Sex Pistols. All right. Oh, they changed the color of the arm. They didn't color swap it there. Okay. What now? Okay. Well, that's a death flag. Uh. What kind of treats does Sicko eat? Sugar cubes? And ha. What the fuck? What? Okay, so it's Oasis and Green Day. I guess he's a really good boy. How many panels is that? Like, how long is the good? Oh, so they're not in. Okay, my mistake. I thought they were. in Rome. But it's inland a little bit, yeah. Yikes. Okay. Hmm. A little bit of wisdom from Narancia. Interesting. Yeah, I know. Timestamp. Okay. That's pretty cold, Bruno. But Sekko's an unknown quantity here. Ugh. Where did that can go? Can't go down to find out. Whoa! Whoa! Who's episode directing? This is different. Oh, that's a perfect stand pairing. Ha. Okay, why the sign? Oh, something to hang on to. Okay. Yeah, one of them can pull you down, the other triggers when you get pulled down. Oh, that's too good. Something like that. Bingo. Uh-oh. Bad juju. Okay. It's gonna bounce. Yeah. Okay, Mista. Well. Oh! What? Every time Mista shoots, he shoots himself. God damn it. Crap. Huh? In the air. But then Chocolata's ability will trigger on you. Oh my god. And he's dusting. Mmm. Okay. Oh, he can speak. Oh. Oh, okay. Okay. I don't know. Why does Seko care? Is it just quirkiness? Or does he have a reason? Hmm? Living things. Oh. Oh. He has some immunity. Kind of did. Just didn't happen. How curious. Clunk. If we get out of range, does the mold disappear? No pulse. He's already dead. The nail. Through his hand like tissue paper. He's aware. His heart stopped beating. I don't think so, man. Yep. Shit. Is that a helicopter? Or something underground? Is that Seko? Up above. Timestamp. Oh my god. Bruno's able to fight him without being affected. Yeah, no guilt. Rip Rando. Holy shit. He doesn't care. Yeah. He doesn't give a damn about anybody. Oh. And kill your only lead. Oh boy. Nope. It just dives into the concrete. Oh no. Just gonna wipe the city. Holy shit. Incoming Sekko. Okay. What did he just do? Yeah, but he just gave life to those bullets, didn't he? Huh? Was he gonna grow plants out of that building? Build himself a magic beanstalk? Hey. Hey. Got him. He can go lower. Hi, Sekko. Well, I'm sure that's a hell of a panel. Okay. Holy crap. I wonder if we'll have them added to the pillar yet. Or if that happens when they're defeated. Hello, they're here. And it's Sekko himself instead of anything else. Maybe he's wearing his stand? Just a guess, I don't know. This pillar's getting real full. And next episode will be Green Tea and Sanctuary Part 2. Okay then. Wowzas. This was a hell of an episode. I feel like production was super duper on point in this one. Like really good. To the point where I'm not gonna speculate too much on it, but I would guess either this is a result of better timing and time management thanks to the recap episode that we had recently, or someone else is in the episode director seat. Just because the feel of this episode was tight. It was really tight. We'll talk about story-wise in just a minute, but there are a couple of scenes that I want to look at again before that. So one of them was at about 6 minutes. there's this scene where both Mista and Bruno walk, and it starts with a sort of close up of Bruno's face as he's walking. Yeah, there we go. Okay, this shot. Do you remember the shot of Bruno and Trish walking down the hallway in the church place before they met? What's his face? Before they met the boss, and how janky it looked. This is a rather similar shot in terms of what it's doing, but look how good that looks. Like that is smooth and smexy. And then here, instead of this being a still shot or at like a straight on angle, we're at like a funky kind of skewed angle, which is something that Araki does a lot in his art itself. But then we have Mista walk through depth of field into us, which is a bit more challenging. And once again, it's not that he's just going through a walk cycle either. He's like moving his gun around. He's looking back and forth, scanning the area. There's a lot of subtle motion in there, and it looks really good, I think. And we're holding these lots of Dutch angles, lots of tilted frames, building tension and stuff. Standard unease building for directing. So that's pretty cool. And then there was another one at like 18 minutes when the corpse falls out of the helicopter. There's a really quick scene there, but it looked like a flash of interesting stuff. So I want to hop through and find it. All right, bam. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot going on there. Not quite as crazy as I thought, but I guess I was swayed a little bit by the impact of this kind of set up like a jump scare. Boom. And then we cut to the close up of it. That's pretty cool. God, that's awesome. Yeah, okay. So, it is going to be a multi-part episode. This is a big battle. Big fight. Big fight we got here. So we start off right where we left off, recap slightly. And then we turn our attention to Seko and Chocolata, and we get some characterization here. So we've already had some pretty decent characterization for Chocolatey Boy himself. He's evil, and sadistic, and really evil. But we don't know that much about Seko. We just know he's his loyal buddy. But then we characterize him quite a bit. He's a very, very good boy. He's a very good boy. I'm sure that is a meme. It's if it's not, it should be. But this is great. He's just elated. Can't wait to see guys like him die. If this isn't an Aransha death flag, yikes. I don't know what it is. Oh, and this is great characterization for a weird pair. A weird pair of really synergistic stand users. So he's asking for sugar cubes, I guess. And I'm still not sure how Seko's ability works. It seems to have some seriously enhanced agility going on here. Like he shoots a sugar cube that knocks the other sugar cube backward toward him, which is nutty, and then he catches them all. Whether this is just a human physical ability or this is a manifestation of his stand's ability, I don't know. We haven't seen a physical stand come out from him, so I'm going to guess at this point that he's kind of like Yacho in that he's wearing his stand to some extent. That's my guess at this point. I think it would make sense as like a diving suit to go underground and stuff. And then maybe it also acts like power armor, makes him a little bit faster or something. I don't know. But pretty cool, pretty cool. And until he actually speaks much later in the episode, this is all the characterization we get from him. He's just like chomping on sugar cubes while Chocolata screams "Yosh, yosh, 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 yosh," and rubs his head, and he's just like, "Ah!" This is amazing. It's just amazing. These are the sorts of scenes that make JoJo's freaking great. And poses. Uh-huh. Alright, so then we get Urgiri no Requiem, and it's real good. But you already knew that? Okay. And then we're coming up on this. Yeah, okay, so Trish starts to question Bruno. You know, maybe a leader should be a little bit more compassionate. I think it's a fair point that she makes. But Naranci's like, look, I know what Bruno's deal is. He was doing what he had to do to ensure that we finish the mission. And this plays into some of the stuff that we've talked about before. Like, the individual members of the crew, while they matter, their lives are disposable compared to the overall mission. So, they all knew that going in. They've talked about it a couple of times. And so Trish's concerns here are, while they make sense from an outsider's perspective, they're unwarranted because the crew submitted to this willingly. They know what they're up to. But this also leads into Giorno and Bruno's conversation later in the episode. Okay, so we talk about the mold's range. We're in this village. Blah, blah, blah. This is a super great way to set up his ability without letting us know what's going on. The way that can clinks and then disappears is so weird. It's so weird and that we know that something's going on, but we still don't know what the ability exactly is. And it turns out it seems to be the ability to turn any ground, anything touching the ground, turn the ground itself into like quicksand or something and just suck stuff in, which is really powerful when combined with an ability that when humans move down, they turn into goop. That's pretty strong. Like a really strong combo. Oh yeah, there were some more cuts. This cut up the stairs, this is cool. This is cool. And then we have some like super close-ups. I think this is the point where I was like, is there somebody else episode directing? Because these super close-ups are cool. They work here. I like it. And then, shout outs to animating chunks of railings getting sucked under and bunches of concrete turning into goop. I don't know, sucking people down. It seems to be almost like conscious, like it's intentionally sucking stuff down. So it doesn't seem to be like, I just turned this entire area into quicksand. No, it seems to be more like, I'm going to suck this object down underground, which is a bit more powerful. He seems to be able to see and sort of swim underwater. Crazy. So, Sex Pistols, we end up hanging onto this this street sign. Find that. Boom. Yeah, and so what does he shoot out of his mouth when he shoots here? Okay, he's got more of the sugar cubes, I guess. That's what it looks like, unless he's just grabbed chunks of rock. Oh, you know what? They do look like chunks of rock. Never mind. Okay. Man, this Bruno just standing there. I'm gonna hold my ground. As long as we can all head for Rome. And he doesn't know that the mold isn't gonna affect him at this point. I mean, he might suspect. Given what he says earlier, or what he says later. He might suspect that as a non-living entity, it might not actually attack him. But he doesn't know for sure. So he's completely willing to sacrifice himself in order to get everyone else there. He puts the turtle down. And this sort of follows along with the conversation that Trish and Mista were talking about. Bruno's not asking any of the gang to do anything he wouldn't be willing to do himself, you know? He's definitely willing to self-sacrifice. Just drops off the ledge. And this is so badass. But there are sparkles coming off of him. Dust, like Jojo death dust. Now, I don't know if that's what that's intended to be. That's what it looks like. We get a fucking badass Ari. It's awesome. And then Seko like retreats into an underground hole and freaks the fuck out. I love him. I love this character. And he starts asking what seems to be a random question, but really he's asking about Bruno. Would a dead thing still be affected by your mold? I don't know. The way he strokes this rock. Like, what the hell, dude? And the way that it's miniaturized and put into the camera screen here, I like that. That's a nice little touch. But the constant nervous ticks of Seko. Alright, so we made it. We're going. We have Mista go and rest up. And then we talk. And Bruno's just talking, or Giorno's just talking to Bruno, and he's like out. He's on autopilot. It's too cold. No pulse. And Giorno finally realizes that he hadn't made a mistake. There's something wrong. And Bruno knows. It's fate. He had already died, but he's able to move for a little bit longer. Completely healed his wounds, but that's not enough. You can put something back together, but if the Jojo soul is out, it's not going to work. And then I already mentioned this scene in passing, but the build of the helicopter noise and the knowledge that something is coming into this sort of jump scare of a body through the windshield and a seemingly awful situation. Bruno, thinking quickly, zips them out, holds on, yells at them to climb up. So now Bruno will have to take care of Seko because he's underground, and the other two will be going and ascending in order to take care of Chocolata. But the stakes have just been raised because this mold will spread, if uninhibited, it'll spread throughout the entire city and kill all 3 million inhabitants. If any of them take a step downward at all. So that's fucked. They have to fix this. And more importantly for them, you know, if we assume that they just don't care, we know they do, but if they didn't, this would wipe out their contact at the Coliseum. Unless he's like a digital entity or something. Maybe. Yep, so Giorno does an assist. So Mista fires with advantage on this roll, and yeah, that works. We've trapped Chocolata, held his helicopter in place, and Seko's back for revenge against Bruno. And we get this, which I'm sure is a rather well-known panel, or some kind of modification on one. Cool section. I'm hyped for this fight to continue. I've heard a lot of people saying it's a non-stop hype train from here to the finish. Yay. Yay. I am excited. So, good episode. Some really cool production. Some great sound effects during, especially noticeable for me during Bruno's big ari on Seko, and immediately following that, some cool sound effects there. And all in all, a really good JoJo's episode. Solid. I hope that this kind of solid and stable stuff keeps up for the end of the season, the end of the part, because it'll probably be freaking awesome. But we'll have to wait until next week and the week after and the week after that to find out. So that's what we'll do. In any case, I think I've covered everything that I wanted to say about this episode. It's a cool one. I'd love to see your thoughts on it, so drop those in the comments below. I will be checking out the manga right after this, so this video will go up and then the manga stream, or it won't be a stream, but the manga video will go up shortly following. And we'll see how Araki originally envisioned this. I hope to see you there, and I hope to catch you next week in the next episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 5. Peace.